Hello everyone, my name is Kirsten and welcome to this channel. As this is my first video here on YouTube, I would quickly introduce myself and so you get an idea of what this channel is going to be about. I am an animal rights activist from Vienna in Austria, and I've been vegan for 2 years and active since 1.5 years. When I first understood the ethics of veganism by watching a video by James Aspey, I also understood that it's not enough to just be vegan, but I also knew that I have to get active. My activism journey started by sharing content on Instagram and then slowly getting more and more comfortable with talking to people because I suck up all the information that I got on the internet and used it in conversations. So after a while, I think that was 9 months into veganism, I joined Anonymous for the Voiceless in Vienna. It's an animal rights street activism group. And I also started my blog on Vegan Change. Soon after joining Anonymous for the Voiceless in Vienna, I also became an organizer and gained a lot of experience in problem solving and organizing, and also a lot of experience in talking to people about veganism. So I never stopped doing outreach conversations, which truly helped me to get more into how to talk to people and how to explain certain topics to people. I also was one of the organizers of the first official animal rights march here in Vienna, which was also a great experience to gain. As I got more and more interested into animal rights activism, I also joined a vigil or a couple of vigils over the past 1.5 years, organized by the SAFE movement. So this is basically when activists stand in front of slaughterhouses, they hold up signs and they wait until the trucks arrive at the slaughterhouse, and they try to stop the trucks and they try to see the animals. They wanna bear witness to the animals, but they also wanna film the animals and show people who are watching their online content the individuals behind the nicely packaged meat and secretions in supermarkets. So because people are so disconnected to what they are consuming, it's so very important to show the faces behind those so-called products. My passion is writing and creating content online as well as offline, and I truly like to talk to people about veganism because there's so much people do not understand and are blinded by the industry, they're blinded by society and the habits, and that's why I think it's so important to actually be active and educate each other. I want to show people that veganism is not about a restrictive diet, it is about justice, and that it is that every single animal has the right to life and we have to respect that. When we say I love animals, I respect animals, and we're still consuming animals or the secretions, we're living a double standard. And I want to address this to people as I didn't know this myself, and that's why I'm here. I wanted to start YouTube in such a long time, actually. Like over the past 4 or 5 or 6 months, I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone. I've been trying to actually write something down on what I want to make my videos about, and it was just so hard for me to actually get out of the comfort zone, as I always thought this is not good enough and I don't know if I can do this, but I realized that I was really uncomfortable not doing it, because I think it's so important to just get the content out there. As I got more and more active on my Instagram, which most of my content and activism happens, I just realized that it's not enough for me, and I wanna film longer videos and talk to you guys about all the different topics, and that's also why I'm here. So please be a little bit patient with me. This is my first video and I know that there's so much still to improve, and I will get more and more comfortable doing videos, but I really hope you get some value out of today's video. So as I'm really good at talking a lot, I really want to dive into today's topic. Thank you. As Christmas is just around the corner, I would like to give you some tips on how to talk to your non-vegan family members and friends, or not yet vegan, I would say, because there's always room for them to actually get what veganism is about. And yeah, because not everybody is lucky to have an all vegan family and an all vegan circle of friends. So I think this is very, very interesting and important to actually approach how we talk to each other and how we make people understand how important it is for us vegans to sit at a table where no animals are chopped up and their secretions are being consumed. Quickly about myself, for me it's the second year of not sitting at a table where animals are consumed. This is because I decided for myself that I do not want to participate in negative peace anymore. Negative peace is when you sit at a table and you're celebrating your family, you're celebrating love, you're celebrating peace and compassion, but over the bodies of destroyed families, over the bodies of animals that suffered all their life long and who were forced to get murdered. I took the Liberation Pledge last year in November, so that was just a little bit before Christmas, and I just felt it was time to take it. So quickly about the Liberation Pledge. The Liberation Pledge is a commitment to yourself that you're not sitting at a table anymore where animals or the secretions are being consumed. I will link you my blog post about the Liberation Pledge down below, because I think this is a topic I could make a whole video about it as well, and it would just take too much time to actually talk about it all. So here's my blog post, and yeah, just see, there's a lot written there, and it just makes sense to take the Liberation Pledge. For me, at least, that's what I wanted to do. Quickly about my family. So part of my family is vegan. So my mom and my stepdad and my partner, they're all vegan, which makes it super easy and super convenient to actually get together and enjoy an all vegan meal with them. I can also truly calm down. I don't have to be worried that there will be any animal derived products, because my mom's and my stepdad's household is all vegan, and so is mine. There's also part of my family that's non-vegan, so this was actually something that truly, of course, bothers me, because I love my family members and I can't understand why they're still participating in this, even though I know it's a lot of conditioning their whole lives long. But I just didn't want to sit with them at the table anymore, and so that was at the beginning very uncomfortable for me to talk about with them, and I just want to give you some tips on how I approached it, and maybe you can use some of the tips to also talk to your family. So let's start with tip number one. Stay calm. I think the most important thing is, if you get together with your family to talk about your Christmas or all vegan meal plans, is to stay calm, to not get too emotional. And even though this is one of the most difficult things, to not get emotional, I can speak out of experience. I've cried and screamed and everything while talking to my family. This is something that's very essential for a good conversation that should lead to an all vegan dinner, or at least lead to certain solutions I will tell you afterwards. Which brings us to tip number two. Tell your family how you feel. I think it's super important to tell your family openly and honestly how you feel, and just how much it frustrates you, how much it hurts you deep inside to see chopped up dead animals on the table or their secretions. Because you as a vegan, you don't see it as a product, what others call a product. You see the individual behind it, you see the suffering, you see all the images you've seen on TV, on the internet, and when you did your research, and you live in a totally different world than non-vegans or not yet vegans, and that's something I think we should always try to explain to non-vegan family members or friends, that you're suffering on the inside if you have to sit at a table where animals are consumed. I also think it's very important to tell me and friends and family that it truly frustrates you that you do not ask for a lot, but for like simple things like one meal out of so many they can have in a year to be vegan. Tell them how much it frustrates you and how you're deeply sad on the inside, that you're suffering on the inside because once there is a chopped up dead animal or the secretions on the table, this is where your focus goes, and that it actually goes that far that you can't focus on anything else anymore, on the people and on celebrating, because the focus is on the animal product. So I think that's also very important to bring across, that that it's not fair to them and to you that there's something that distracts you from the actual celebration. So tip number 3, it is all about support. Even though we love our whole family to go vegan right on the spot, when we tell them about the atrocities, when we tell them about what's happening to the animals, when we tell them about we've started to see and what we've experienced, but this is sadly something that's probably not going to happen. Family members are probably not going to go vegan right on the spot. They take their own time. And as much as I hate saying that it takes time, and as much as I hate not being able to do anything against this, it is actually how it is. When you have a conversation with your family about a vegan Christmas or a vegan dinner, don't expect them to go vegan on the spot, because this is very frustrating actually. But instead ask for the support. What I said to my dad and my grandparents last year before Christmas was this, for example: I love animals, I respect animals and their right to life, and that's why I'm vegan. You might not yet understand why I'm doing the things I do, why I'm active, why I'm vegan, but I truly ask for your support. I ask for respecting my decision. I ask you to respect my mental health, and it is super important for me and for my mental health and for our relationship to each other that this meal, when I'm joining, is all vegan. As an animal rights activist, I'm constantly confronted with the suffering, with footage of animals getting used, abused and exploited and murdered. So I do not feel comfortable sitting at a table where they're being consumed. So please respect my decision and let's find a solution together. So what I said in the end about finding a solution actually brings us to tip number 4, propose a solution. So the intention of this conversation will definitely be to have an all vegan meal together. And of course this might sound very difficult and challenging at the beginning, because it actually concerns individual family members who might be a little bit more stubborn than others. I think it's very important to offer solutions. So one solution would probably be, hey, let me support you. If we make this meal all vegan, let's find recipes together that everybody is enjoying. Let's go grocery shopping together. Let's cook together, because it's also very nice to cook together because it brings people together. It actually gives space to talk about veganism again, or about anything basically. Yes, if that's something that may not be possible out of what reason whatsoever, I think another solution will be you cooking food at home and bringing it along. I think that's always very nice if people make food and then bring it to where you have the get together. If the first solution is not possible for you, then I would say offer your support. So you cook food at home and choose recipes. Maybe you can do the choosing the recipes together, and then you cook at home and then you take it with you. And yeah, so it isn't any work for the people you're visiting or who are visiting you, and yeah, you are in control of everything, which is basically not so bad as a vegan. yeah, this is basically what my partner Kevin and I did last year. So when I talked to my grandpa and they said, yeah, let's do an all vegan Christmas dinner together. We chose recipes, we cooked everything at home, and then we prepped everything and took it with us to my grandparents' house, apartment. And yeah, and it was very successful because my grandparents truly enjoyed the food that we cooked. I think they didn't even think about if it was vegan or not, because most of the time people have this certain image of vegan food in their head, and it's basically your time now to prove them wrong, because a lot of people think you just eat salads, you maybe, I don't know, maybe even a burrito comes to their head, but the thing is like, no, you can basically make everything in vegan, and you don't have to leave out on anything, and that's basically your place to shine now, that and show them that it's truly possible to create any taste or even like new tastes they have never tasted before. So yeah, so that's what we did. And even my grandpa, after Christmas, he called me 5 times to thank us for the food that we prepared, that we did all the work, that we took it with us, that we put so much love and so much effort into this. And it was just wonderful to hear that he obviously wasn't missing out on anything. And yeah, also it set a good base for the upcoming get-togethers, and so they can see, they can trust us, they can trust our cooking skills, even though I would have never thought somebody would actually trust my cooking skills again, but that's a totally different story. I don't want to go further into. If none of the first two actually are possible, I think the most important thing is to come up with a third solution, and that would be not joining the dinner, the meal part. And this is actually really sad, I think, because I think it's so easy to get together and enjoy a vegan meal together, but if they refuse to support you in this, I would definitely try to find a way out, and that would be still telling your family that you love them, that you care for them, that you, even though it's hard to respect the decision, that you respect the decision, but you still want to spend time with them. And so the solution would be spending time with them before they're having a meal that is including animal body parts and secretions, and spending time with them afterwards. And this basically is a good solution to show your family, okay, well, I do not want to participate in a meal in this negative piece, but I truly care about you, I want to spend time with you, but we'll do it before and after. And during that time, you just leave the room or you sit somewhere else and eat your own vegan plant-based food, and actually do not get distracted by the dead animals on the table. So I think that's also, I would say, an alternative solution. But yeah, don't be disappointed if a family does not agree to an all vegan dinner or all vegan meal, or an all vegan Christmas even, because yeah, it's hard for non-vegans to actually see the world through vegan eyes. We all know that it takes time, even though I hate to say this, that it actually takes time, and I do not accept it takes time as an excuse to still support animal suffering, exploitation, use, abuse, and murder. But this is how it is, and we can just inform people as much as we can. We make them aware of everything, and if they are still not able to support you, you gotta disrupt the situation to get together, but disrupt it in a respectful way, because I think it would be very sad that when you get together for, you know, a happy family gathering, that actually the family falls apart because we can't go into a room and be like, murder. So like I said, don't be disappointed if it doesn't work out this year, or not. I'm not even like only talking about Christmas, but it doesn't work out the next few family gatherings and family meals you have together. So with every single conversation we're having, actually we're planting seeds, and the good thing is the seeds we're planting, they will grow they're going to grow actually, because with every single conversation we're having, people start reflecting on their own habits, they start reflecting their convenience, they start reflecting their actions and what reactions it has on other sentient living beings. And yes, it is a matter of time, but the thing is, like, try your best, and yeah, don't be disappointed if it doesn't work out this time. Maybe it will work out the time afterwards or the time after that. I've heard from people who didn't have a vegan Christmas, for example, last year. Their families actually had 1 year of reflecting, and the activists had 1 year of talking to their family and friends again, and they're having a vegan Christmas this year. And that's an absolute success. Even though the whole family is not yet vegan, they actually got them to support them. And I think support is like the first step of actually for them to reflect on themselves and their actions. So yeah, this is basically it. If you have any questions, please feel free to just like comment in the comment section down below. If you want to tell me how you're spending your Christmas, or yeah, or if you're having an all vegan Christmas this year, just like comment down below as well. Let's talk about it. Let's support each other in the comment section. And yeah, just let's work together. So I hope this was of any value for you. And if you liked this video, just give it a thumbs up. If you want to be reminded when I upload a video in the future, just click the notification bell and you'll be reminded of it and see this face and hear this voice. I'll be very happy if you follow me along in the future, and yeah, see you again soon. Bye!